Happy Tuesday! I'm back with Blair and Brian of CastingAbout, and we're going to talk about how to build relationships with casting directors. We're back.
I've missed you. I have.
How have you been?
I've been great. It was a good week. Busy, as usual.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I'm really excited for today's topic because I feel like I've been getting messages from people who are like, really? 4,000 submissions? Really? This is what I have to deal with?
We're sorry. It's not our fault.
Not our fault. Didn't do it.
So today we're going to talk about how to really build trust with casting directors and really build relationships that are meaningful so that when a role when a role comes across their desk, they think, oh my gosh, Blair would be perfect for this.
That'd be awesome.
Or, oh my
Which
gosh,
is what they
Blair
always
would be
think that
perfect
everybody
for
would.
this,
Well,
right?
I mean, and that's actually, I think, for actors, that really probably should be the goal. You know, it's how many casting directors in town, when they read a script for the first time, think, oh, you know who'd be good? Let's call Ajarae.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
Because that's what you want. So let's call Ajarae, and then let's put a breakdown out for everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a funny
Yes.
thing. This is such a business built on relationships. It's a business where who you know matters, and yet we do so little to build and foster those relationships.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to rise up above ahead of everyone else.
Yes.
And yet we spend most of our time submit, and agonizing over headshots and worrying about all these things that are sales oriented, that are about trying to get the job. We spend so little time trying to position ourselves in the industry.
Yeah.
So today we get a chance to talk about that, which is something really interesting to
And
me.
I'll tell you a secret. This is actually the real reason I asked you to do these because this is what I use casting
It
about
took us
for.
3 weeks to get here.
No,
We're
exactly.
here
I'm
now.
like, talk about this other stuff.
It's so important. You've said it. If the first time a casting director sees you is in that list of 3,000 submissions, it's too late.
It's too late.
You know, because they have 20 slots to fill, and they're going to pick 20 people they know.
Yes.
And so, how do you get to be those people, right?
Yes.
That's and I think that's if I could redo my career, I spent so much time focused on the audition, right? Let's do workshops so I can get auditions, get an agent so I can get auditions. It's all about auditions, and I wish I could flip that and say, well, let's put all my time and energy into building relationships, not with everybody, but with certain casting directors, and the auditions will come.
Absolutely.
Right? That'll happen.
Yes.
So I think the first thing is to figure out who are the people that tell the same story that I tell, right?
Yes.
So you can't meet everybody, you can't be best friends with everybody, and we're talking about professional relationships. I mean, I keep saying best friends, but we're talking about professional business relationships. And you can't be friends with everyone.
Right.
So you need to figure out who are the people that tell the same story that I tell. It's part of the reason why CastingAbout was built, was so that you can use it to search, filter, slice and dice the list in ways that allow you to do the kind of research to figure out who am I, who tells the same stories that I tell, and then how do I connect with them.
Who needs me? I think about
So
it
can
that
you
way
back
too.
up a second and remind us what CastingAbout is and kind of how...
No, it's a mystery. It's really,
If you don't know,
idea.
if you don't know,
You're...
CastingAbout in its simplest sense is we've got 2 killer research teams, one here in LA, one in New York, and we track every union project casting in both cities and the full casting team, casting staff for that project. So we do TV and film in LA, we do TV, film, and theater in New York, all the Equity Theater. So it's a way to know what's going on in town and who's doing what's involved. And we'll give you notes about the show and the project, whether or not it's in its 3rd season or 1st season, or if it shoots in Vancouver or something like that. But ultimately, it's a research tool. It's a tool where you can start to get to know the players in town, the casting offices and the teams and the associates, casting directors, and who's doing what. And I think that's so important because not only who do you have to know, but which casting directors need me, right? Which is the way I like to think about it. And that's what you were saying. And ultimately, it's what I call a target list.
Yes.
Right? So you're building relations not with everybody in town because you don't have that kind of time. There's hundreds of casting directors.
Exactly. You don't have time to do that in an authentic way with everybody.
Right, in a meaningful way.
Yes.
So instead, let's build this target list of the casting directors and sometimes associates, sometimes assistants. Who needs me? Who's casting the type of role where my story is going to bring value week after week after week? Because those are the people that I need to know. And that way you can then have this target list and you can use CastingAbout and Workshop Guru then to say like, okay, now I have a strategy. Now I need to start what ultimately is a very long process, as fast as the sales go, right? Talked about it last week.
Yes.
Submissions come in within minutes. Marketing by nature is a long process. I mean, it can take months and years to build these relationships.
Absolutely. So a lot of actors feel like, okay, now I know how to find these people. I know who's in each of these offices. I know who they are. a lot of us feel like we can't reach out unless we have I just booked a job, or I just got a new agent, or some kind of like really exciting specific news.
Yep.
What do you say to that? How can
We get this question a lot, which is a variation on, okay, how do I build a relationship?
Yeah.
What do I say? How do I reach out, right? And
Yeah.
the hard part is it's going to be different for everybody. I mean, ultimately it's dating, right? So it's how do you build a relationship
Oh
with
God,
somebody,
now I'm really
right?
in trouble.
Yeah, right. The comment section just blew up.
But it's similar in that your relationship with different casting directors is going to be different, and how you get to know them is going to be different. So sometimes it's as, hey, I just booked this job, or I'm in this show, or I'm in this showcase, and you can do that. Other times it's going to be not so much about us anymore, but about them. If you're following their career, then it's, hey, I saw you just got promoted. Congratulations. I saw you just picked up a new pilot. Or better yet, I saw you just picked up a new pilot about the law firm. I play a ton of lawyers. It would be great to work with you. Right. You've said this, that marketing has to be a two-way street. So it's not just me, but it's, hey, I'm following your career. I hope you're following mine, because there's a reason we should work together beyond I just want a job.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys, I had a realization a couple of years ago about everybody does relationship marketing
work with Blair.
backwards. Yeah, well, there was that.
Don't work with
it was
Blair.
along that same lines.
Right.
How do I get out of this hell that I'm in?
But the other
Second realization.
turned it around the other way, which is, I feel like a lot of people are afraid of relationship marketing because it seems leechy. It seems sort of like you're going to suck all the air out of the room. Me. I don't want to be that guy who's always asking for favors.
Yes.
And one of the things I realized is we all do it backwards. Start from the perspective of how can I help you? If you're trying to reach out to a casting director, the first question is not what can they do for me? The first question should be what can I do to make their career better? What can I do to make their job easier? What can I do to make their day more enjoyable?
Yes.
How can I, if you start from that perspective, if you come from a place of service, it's not leechy, it's not creepy anymore. It's not me, please put your reputation on the line for me. It's what can I do to, without any strings attached, what can I do to make something, just to do something nice for you in this business?
Well, then it becomes peer-to-peer.
And then it becomes
storyteller to storyteller.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have a job. I mean, casting directors get hired because they're storytellers. A producer says, "I want you to cast this, not you, because you tell the story the way I want it." So then the casting director is looking for storytellers who tell that same story. Then, and how can we all work together? So when marketing, marketing is like a postcard, right? So I'll send a postcard. Dear casting director, please consider me for anything you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, subtext there is, dear God, please help me, I need a job. I'm desperate.
I don't know who you are.
I know.
I don't know
but
what
give
you did.
me something.
I didn't, but I just want to take something from you, that's all. Not a very good subtext. Don't do that.
Versus, on CastingAbout we list the whole staff, so there's all the names right there. So use the name. Dear Jennifer, I saw you guys just picked up the new pilot about the elementary school. I've made a career out of playing teachers. I would love an opportunity to work with you. So what you're saying there is, I'm a pro, I know what I do, I follow you, I know what you do, you and I tell the same story, let's work together. And now we're talking peer-to-peer. Now, even that is probably not going to get you a response. Because in marketing, they talk about this thing, the rule of 7, right? Which you've talked about, which I think in the entertainment world is more like the rule of 35.
The rule of 800, yes.
Yeah.
The idea is that it takes multiple impressions of a brand before people are comfortable with it. This is a concept in the world of marketing. So you send a postcard and casting director sees it and they throw it away and boo, that's sad, and your shoulders slump a little bit and you're like, oh, I'm a failure, maybe I'll just go back to my day job. And then you send another postcard and you do something else and maybe they call you in for an audition, et cetera, et cetera. This happens. That's still only 4 or 5 impressions. Yeah. You've got to look at marketing as this long-term process that involves multiple points of contact. Yes. You don't have to be someone's best friend on the first day that you meet them.
Right.
You build up a layer of trust over time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the first time they see your postcard, they throw it away. You have no idea what they do. Maybe they pinned it to the board and they just didn't find the right thing for you.
Exactly.
The next time something happens that they see your branding, your information, maybe nothing happens. From your perspective, you're thinking, this is such a huge waste of my time. But down the road, it starts to pay off because over time, when your face comes by in the submissions, in the 1,400 to 3,000 submissions, when your face comes flying by, they go, wait. I just saw a postcard from that person.
I know.
And I thought it was interesting.
I know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I think that's why it's helpful to have a target list, and
Yes.
that is crucial. You can't do this with all 500 casting directors in Los
Absolutely.
Angeles.
No, and you
How
shouldn't
much
because
time-
then it
how much
becomes
money?
your
Crazy.
casting director.
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead, make the list small enough that you can have a personal connection with
consistent
it.
about
Dear
it.
Jennifer,
Yeah.
dear Mary, dear Steve, whatever.
check them off and casting them out, print them up, and stick
Yes.
them to your wall. That's
Yes.
my list. And
Yes.
some people will fall off, new people will be added,
Exactly.
but you're specific. The way your submissions are specific, your marketing should be specific towards these people, so you can actually build that relationship.
So once we have all these auditions that we get from these people we've built all these meaningful relationships with, right? How can we continue to maintain the relationship at the audition and beyond? What tips do you have?
It's marketing in the room. It's marketing
Yeah.
face to face,
Yeah.
and ultimately, that's what an audition is or should be. Because it's so hard to go into an audition and thinking, oh my God, I got to book the job because I got to book it, and then you're thinking about the money and you're thinking about we don't need that kind of stress. But as much as possible, I try to look at auditions now as this is another one of my 7 impressions, 42 impressions.
Right, because
It's a
you
chance
can't
for them to
control
get to
whether
know
you're
me.
going to book that job.
Exactly.
All you can control is how awesome you are in the room, how on brand you are from the moment they see your face until the moment you leave, what you do in the actual audition. Those are the only things you can control. You might get the role for all the wrong reasons. You might get the role for all the right reasons. You might be the best person in the room and still not get the role.
Yeah.
Those things are outside your control.
Right.
But it's another touch point in this longer term marketing process.
Well, that's what they say. You can't control booking the job, so book the room.
Book the room.
Make a fan out of the room. And ultimately, I think getting to know yourself as a storyteller so that you can market yourself that way and say, this is who I am, this is the story I tell. Because now, when you're coming into a room, and this is where I think the business side can actually affect the craft, right? So the business side is, let me figure out what story I tell so I can market that and brand that with my headshot and my demo reel and everything.
Yes.
Now when I walk into a room, instead of, I hope I get this right so I get the job, it's not that. It is, let me offer you my version of your story.
Yes.
Right? Let me offer this to you. If you can use it, great. If you can't, I get it, because there's stuff that we both can't control. But now you know a little bit more
Now
about
you know
me.
who I am.
And the more authentic you are about delivering that story, the more they're going to want to use you. And the more they're going to say, I wish I could use him, get him back in for something else.
Yes.
I think it can free up some of the butterflies too. Some of that whole
Totally.
performance anxiety
Trying to
thing that
fit
people get.
into
Because when you're
something
trying to please someone else and you don't know exactly what they want, then you're caught in this I don't know what to do to make it right. There's some magic key that's going to open this door, but I don't quite know what that is. If you know who you are and you know what your preparation is and what your brand is, and you come in and you say, maybe this isn't, I'm going to give you I'm going to offer you the story that I can tell. And if you can use it here, great. If not, we'll find another way. We're all storytellers in this town, and we'll find another way to work together.
Yeah.
It makes it less about, I have to win this job right now, and more about, I'm going to just go in and perform.
Yes.
And then whatever else happens is not up to me.
Awesome. Yeah. So if you're watching this and thinking, I would love to use this resource that these guys created, you are in luck, because we would love to grant you a free week, a whole 7 days.
A whole
You
7
can
days.
check it out. Yeah.
It'll be the best 7 days of your entire life. And you're welcome.
Totally. So click the URL on your screen and go to castingabout.com/guru to snap up your free trial of this amazing service. And thank you guys. This has been a great
this
few
is
weeks
great.
with you.
Yeah.
So really
You're going
valuable.
to keep
back
coming
next
back.
week,
You're going
right?
to keep
We're
coming
gonna-
back,
Well,
right?
I might just come. We might not
Do it.
tape
Okay.
it,
Well, right.
but
Right?
Good.
I'll be here
Because
for
there's more.
lunch.
I want to talk about more. It's fun.
we may take you up on that. Volume 2 of the Casting About series. Yes.
Casting About the
So
return. The return of Casting About.
The return, the sequel.
They're back.
So if you're loving this content, be sure to share it with your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we will see you next week for another episode of Guru Tips for Actors. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.